Shall we pray? The Rock of Ages want to appreciate you for this moment. We are grateful for the gift of life. Thanks for the gift of health. Thanks for this institution, Christ Apostolic Church Theological Seminary, the main campus of the institution. We worship you for how far you have led us. Thanks for your faithfulness towards us. Thanks for your greatness in our midst. We acknowledge you. We appreciate you, O God. Be exalted in the name of Jesus. As we are starting this press conference, may we feel your presence in our midst in the name of Jesus. May you take absolute control in the name of Jesus. By the end, O God, we have causes to glorify your holy name. In Jesus' mighty name, I have prayed. Amen.
Thank you, sir. Once again, we want to welcome every one of us. The event is the Pre-Convocation Conference, press conference for the 44th Convocation ceremony of this great citadel of learning, Christ Apostolic Church Theological Seminary, main campus, Ile-Ife. And for the information of all the gentlemen of the press here present, I would be bringing to our notice that in the conference this morning we have a father who is the set man, a father, the provost of the institution, a man of grace, Pastor F.A. Olaniyi. Also here seated is the deputy provost in person of Pastor Dr. M.O.A. Oluwaniyi. We have seated here Pastor L.B. Akinyosoye, and that is the registrar of the school. Also seated this morning is our father, the Dean of Academics, Pastor S.A. Atetidaye. We have this morning the chairperson ceremonies, Evangelist Mrs. F.O. Ilori. You're welcome, sirs and ma. This morning, for the information of the members of the management board presently seated, we have newsmen from Christ Apostolic Church News, CAC News, ably led by Pastor Benga Bankole. You're welcome. This morning we have thank you. We have Bro Peter representing the Truth Media crew. You're welcome. We have a correspondent of the Great FM, Obafemi Awolowo University Campus Radio. You're welcome. That's MC Balea. Okay, we have the media crew from Christ Apostolic Church Theological Seminary present here this morning, and we have representatives of the Student Union represented by some members of the executive. You're welcome, sirs. We also this morning we have representatives of the graduates, and we have the immediate past chaplain of the regular school, Evangelist Toby, representing the graduates. We equally have in attendance representatives of the alumni and independent bloggers who are students of this great citadel of learning. As we proceed, we shall be taking the official statement by the provost of the institution, and that is the highlight of today's event. Our father, the provost, Pastor F.A. Olaniyi, shall be addressing the press now, and that's the major reason why we are here. You're welcome, sir.
Amen. Praise the Lord. Gentlemen of the press, I don't know, there's no gentlewoman here. We really want to appreciate God for that which is happening now. I know you all know that our graduation is in a few days, and it is for that purpose that we are convening this sitting. Now, Christ Apostolic Church Theological Seminary 44th graduation ceremony and dedication of the Samuel Olusegun Oladele main building. Distinguished members of the press, invited guests, brethren, and friends of the seminary, we welcome you to this special press briefing ahead of a landmark moment in the history of the Christ Apostolic Church Theological Seminary. This year marks the 44th graduation ceremony of our institution, an institution committed to raising sound, spiritually grounded, theologically equipped, and mission-driven ministers for the expansion of God's kingdom. We are grateful to God for sustaining this seminary as a center of academic excellence and spiritual formation. A major highlight of this year's celebration is the dedication of the new main building, named in honor of our esteemed president, Pastor Samuel Olusegun Oladele, whose visionary leadership, unwavering commitment to ministerial training, and passion for sound doctrine have significantly strengthened the spiritual and academic legacy of our church. This building stands as a symbol of progress, unity, and our renewed commitment to preparing leaders who will serve with integrity, humility, and power. We're delighted to announce that the President of Christ Apostolic Church Worldwide, Pastor Oladele, will be present to grace the occasion. His presence underscores the importance of ministerial education in the life and mission of our denomination. Over the years, the seminary has expanded academic programs, upgraded facilities, and strengthened research and spiritual formation processes. This year's graduation set reflects that progress. Men and women who have been trained not only to preach, but to lead, to teach, to counsel, and to plant churches, and also to defend the faith in an ever-changing world. The 44th graduation ceremony and dedication service will bring together church leaders, scholars, stakeholders, government representatives, alumni, and friends of the seminary. It promises to be a celebration of growth, vision, and the faithfulness of God. We invite the media to give this historic event full support and coverage as we present to the world another generation of godly leaders and unveil a building that symbolizes the future of theological excellence in CAC. Thank you, and God bless you. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. And that was the voice of the Provost, Christ Apostolic Church Theological Seminary, main campus of Ile-Ife. Without wasting time, we want to move into a question and answer session. But just as the last session was going on, we have the presence of our father, the chaplain of the school, Dr. Oluwo Kere. You're welcome, sir. We want to take questions and responses from the provost. The questions will be coming from gentlemen of the press, while we take responses from the provost. Gentlemen of the press, we would like you to make your questions very straight to the point and without any form of ambiguity. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you very much, sir. I am Inufe Olushola Olariwaju. I'm the chaplain of the regular school. Thank you for the privilege to ask this question. Sir, First and foremost, we want to appreciate the development we are seeing around us in the school. And indeed, as a student, we are indeed impressed. We are indeed impressed. So my question this morning is this, sir. Concerning the 44th Convocation, sir, we want to ask. We learned that the president of the mission will be coming, and of course, we are glad about that. Now, we want to ask. So we would like to ask, and of course, for the populace to also know the very. Thank you very much, sir. We would like to ask, and of course, for the populace to know the very significance of our Father coming to grace the occasion. And of course, number two, what will make this convocation to be different from every other that we've had in the time past? Thank you, sir.
That question has been addressed in my address. The significance of the coming of the president. And of course, I've also told you there will be a dedication of the building, which is the main auditorium. What else do you want to know? Every other event and celebration will be as usual, but those are the most important aspect of it.
Minister, and I have a question here. Is there any changes from last year convocation and this year convocation? And what is the achievement that you have been able to derive from last year and this year, sir? We can see, but we want to hear from you, sir.
It's good you said you can see. Well, I'm going to answer one because you are an invited guest, two because you were not here during last year's convocation. So last year we didn't dedicate a building. This year we are doing that. This structure has been standing since 2015. If we started the structure since 2015 and we are dedicated by 2025, it means it took a whole lot of 10 years. But in reality, it didn't take 10 years because it has been abandoned. And even though I'm not at the main campus, I was at another campus. So within the 1 year, within last year, August, and now, God has helped us to put it in proper shape. I wish you would see what it looked like by this time last year, when there were mucus around the wall, when the structures were shaking, when there were contemplation whether the building should be demolished, when it was not safe to be habited. So we can see what progress we have made. We can see how far God has helped us. And so it's not something we need to talk much about. It is what we see, the reality on ground, that God has helped the seminary to attain this laudable progress. Thank you.
Okay, sir. The second question. God has been using Great FM to be announcing the graduation from the first week, from the very first day of this month.
Really?
See this present, yes, sir. And people are really following it.
That's good.
And I want to ask, what will the people will be expecting during this year's convocation? What the pressman, every viewers in the world will be expecting that is unique, that has never happened in the history of convocation in the school?
Well, unique, yes, but historical uniqueness may not be what we're actually looking for, because whatever is happening now is not going to be the best. The best is yet. Exactly. So no matter what we're doing now, we anticipate that there's going to be better, bigger, and more glorious future for the seminary. So whatever has happened in the past, even though they are good, we are getting better. So when it comes to uniqueness, yes, this is not going to be the first building dedication on this campus, but this is the biggest and the greatest. Now, we look forward to something that is going to even be bigger than this. And then the school will be graduating a total of 213 students. There's going to be convocation at the undergraduate and postgraduate level. There was going to be officers of the church. The president is not even going to come alone. The president has mandated all the regional superintendents in this axis, which included up to 4. Orogun region, Babalola region, Kilakure, Babajide, Zimbabwe, Budubanjo region, I think Essen too, Sophia, yes. So the president had mandated all of them to come witness this occasion, and that they should not even come alone, that they should come with some of their eminent members. So for the president to be excited to come is itself an excitement, and is itself unique. The president was there last year, but he didn't come to dedicate a building. The building is sponsored by Christ Apostolic Church, the church itself. It's a project of the church, and it is worthwhile to say God has helped us achieve this. So in combination with those who will be graduating, I think you will take your uniqueness from what is paramount to you. If it is the dedication, fine. For instance, we won't be dedicating the gate. If it were to be some other regime, we will be dedicating that gate because we reconstructed it. During the construction of this building, we discovered that the gates could not accommodate any articulated vehicle. 3 times we have brought trailer load of cement of 600 bags that could not enter the compound. Is it 600 or 900? I can't remember. But I know they could not enter. This time you are standing on was offloaded at the gate because the vehicle that brought it could not enter, including some of the babas here were those who had to carry it from the gate. I mean, that's unacceptable because we still hope to achieve even greater things on this campus. So what did we do? We had to demolish that gate, rebuild it to the extent that now there is no articulated vehicle that cannot come in. So, but we are not focusing on it. If not, we will be dedicating it. The building beside us, we just roofed it. We just corrected whatever error it carried. So there are a lot of things that are taking place on campus, but the one we are focusing on is this building because it's worth focusing on, and I think it's unique in its own way. Even though we are giving back all the glory to God, and we are appreciating the authority of the church that has been a major financier of this project. So everybody is welcome on board, and your uniqueness is going to be there. If you have a member, if you have a graduate among your family members, that will be you. Because you know the guy is graduating, and they say, oh, more one graduate too. So that becomes your own focal point. But for us, there will be so many things we can look at, because we are going to be having that graduation in this hall and below. The first 2 floors will be used for the graduation, and that's going to be taking us away, and that has happened before in the past, but it will be taking us away from our traditional domain where we are used to using. So there's going to be a lot of uniqueness, but it's going to be dependent on the individual to determine what is actually unique to them. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. I have just 2 questions more.
It's okay, I can take that. You are a guest.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. We have been hearing about your news from Lagos.
Really?
Yes, sir. We are following you back to back, sir. Yes, we are following you back to back.
That's interesting.
When you left Lagos, some people were seriously crying that you have not finished your work at Lagos.
Says who?
Sir, okay. We are pressmen. We know what I'm saying.
Really?
Yes, sir. When you get here, within 6 months, I came here with my boss.
Wow.
But you may not know. We supervise, or we just walk around and combine the former Cac Theological Seminary of Ile-Ife and the new one we can see that there's a great achievement.
God bless you.
And my boss said I should ask you.
Yes, sir.
That what is your secret?
Really?
Yes, sir. I know, as he said you will say is God. But sir, he said I should ask you, what is your secret?
You know, now there are some factors involved. Number one, if a man knows his secret, like Samson did, and then he exposed it, what will happen? But in reality, there is nothing that has happened there that cannot be replicated. Yes, we will say it's God because God backs up every success. But the reality is there are certain things that when you get to anywhere as a leader that you can actually do with God's support, except God is saying Kusonombe. So one of the things that has happened here is management, a proper administration. Now, not everybody will like it, but in reality, there will be results anywhere one goes. What are those things? You want to see every individual as potential contributors of service. Before now, the involvement of students had been limited, but when we came on board, I can see those who carry potential. I can see those who carry ability. And you know what I keep saying to people is, even the leadership of Jesus utilized the disciples around him. So why will we look down on people around us and think they have nothing to achieve? They have nothing to offer. Every man has something to offer. And if you discover what they can offer, you will be surprised that what you are looking for in Shokoto is actually in your Shokoto pocket. So we have that option open to us. We have a lot of students that have things to. So we have a lot of things in our students. We have various people that are students here, and all we need to do is activate what they carry and recognize it so that they can contribute their own lot to whatever has happened. And then number two, we restructure somebody will call it the IGR, the finances of the school. It may not be different from what it used to be, but it can be better managed. And then we can set our priorities right and then see what we need to spend on. So it's nothing much. Once you have willing souls, once you have proper leadership, so many things can happen. Because the truth is, there are potentials everywhere. But your inability to discover those potentials will also hinder you from tapping and making use of them. And so, if we need to, for instance, one of the great problems I find in this Ife, which is different from Lagos, is that it is difficult to get things done here. The various workers we had to be brought in, I will tell you, and that maybe we need to pray so that God will break that kind of spirit. I will tell you, it's a difficult terrain to actually accomplish much. We have to bring workers from Osogbo, Ede, Ibadan, and as far as Lagos to work here. And I'm saying this, if it's going to be on praise, that we need to pray in this city. People's attitude to work is not encouraging at all. And I tell you, if it continues, imagine we are executing 100 million, 200 million naira project, and we have to bring all the workers from outside of the city. If it is in this city, that money will rotate within. But because the attitude of the people towards work is such that, oh my God, you will not just be stuck, you will be set back. And if you don't want to be stopped, you have to go look for workers that have the spirit and the willingness to work. And thank God at the end of the day, every such obstacles was broken and we're able to overcome it. But in reality, somebody should be looking inward and saying, what is wrong and how can we overcome such challenge? So God is behind it, like your boss said. Number two is we have our students that are filled with potentials and that are willing. But for a long time, nobody looks at that aspect. And God gave us the privilege to see it. And then we manage our resources well. And so whatever we have done like maybe 3/4 of the cost that it should actually cost us. So, and every man comes with his own administrative ability and ideas. It's not, whatever I have done is not the only way. It's just one of the ways. And people can always look at it and say, how do we replicate this in other places? It's not magic. It is God, and it is the administrative style, and it is well. Because at the end of the day, we get results.
Thank you, sir. The last but not the least. By His grace, I'm one of the graduates in this school. Yes. But I'm here to do my work. And I want to ask you, sir, what are you doing as a provost of this school to let this to assist the students to achieve their goals? Let me expatiate. Assuming truly God calls some people to come to this school, you can't do anything without passing through seminary. But maybe from one way or the other, it's very, very difficult for them to move forward again. Maybe issue of it may be family issue. Because me, as I'm telling you, sir, I've attended this school for 3 times before I concluded that today is today. I'm not going anywhere again. Yeah. There are some people that can even have such challenges that maybe because let me add this. Your encouragement the day you called us, the day we finish our exam, you called us downstairs and giving us a lot of ideas. It took me a long way, and since then my orientation changed. And I want to ask, what can you do so that some people that they have a good vision, God called them indeed, but maybe family issue, financial issue, or other issues may not allow them to move forward again? Sir, what can you do about this?
If I understand your question, I don't have solution to all human problems, and that's why we have always taught people to learn to commit their life into the hand of God. When you pray, the same God that I pray to, you too can pray to Him, so that He can chart a way forward for all of us. But in terms of what you're saying, you see, this is a generation where somebody cannot be a mono kind of minister. You have to learn. Now you're a pressman, you have graduated from the seminary. I don't expect you to go back and then say you are resigning your job because you are in the press. There are so many ministries, there are so many vocations that complement the work of God. And people should be encouraged to go along that line. Now, if students are finding it challenging to further their seminary education or to complete it, maybe they should opt for the part-time aspect so that they can be working and then they can also be schooling, which is available in various educational programs. So there are various opportunities, and presently, in the last 6 months or 5 months, we have opened several outlets as a study center, which means students may not necessarily come to the main campus. They can be where they are, engage in what they're doing, and still be studying. So that's an opportunity opening up, because somebody is not going to say, oh, I cannot leave what I'm doing. We want to raise a generation of people that are versatile, people that are bivocational in nature, that have opportunities that abound. And one major thing that we want all students to tap into is our affiliation with JABO, our own university. Now, for everybody that carries a BTH is a seminary certificate that encourages and empowers you to work in the church. But once you have a BA, it gives you an unlimited option to further your studies. And that's what we have agreed with JABO, that our students can actually convert their BTH to BA, and having BTH and having BA, which now means they can go to any other university to continue their studies. And that opens an unlimited doors for people. So you don't see yourself as a minister that is limited. You are now a minister with an unlimited potentials, because once that opportunity is there, nothing stops you. And don't forget, we live in an age of technology, and we will encourage every minister to also get there. This is an age where people work remotely. People work remotely. So you cannot say something is stopping you. What you need to do is pray so that God will open your eyes to various opportunities around you. Pray so that God will enable you to tap into the opportunities available to you. And then pray so that God will give you the right leading and lead into the right direction. And it shall be well. God bless you, sir.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate.
CSC names.
Thanks so much, sir. My name is Benga Bankole. Sir, you mentioned that, and I saw it on social media as well, that CCTS now has study centers in Akure and also in Ile-Ife. But what are the measures you are putting in place to ensure that the standard at those study centers do not drop? That's number one question. Number two, is there a future plan or current plan to ensure that we have something like social media evangelism as part of our curriculum? Because the truth of the matter is that we are in the age of social media, and I was telling some people that I didn't mean Apostle Paul was on earth now. In fact, he will reach more nations than nations he reached then, because social media really helped him. So is there any plan to include that in your curriculum? And many years ago, that is the third question, CSCA used to have affiliation with University of Ibadan. Are you working in resuscitating the affiliation, or is only our own university, Jabu?
Okay, you asked some excellent questions. We know you and what you represent. When it comes to the quality we want to provide at our study centers, it is a necessity, because you cannot afford to have a wishy-washy kind of system. We know there are seminaries who have a lot of study centers, but they don't even have the capacity to produce the quality. At CAC Seminary, the truth is we've gotten to the level where we have students all over Nigeria and abroad, UK, Canada, America, where it is very possible to see CAC ministers that are holding credible, qualified, competent degrees who can be lecturers at the seminaries. Most of them are ministers in the church, and they are readily available to serve in the capacity of teacher at the study center. So these are the people we went for. The truth is, not anybody can teach in our study center. There are criteria, and one of those criteria is you have to have a foundation of Cac Theological Seminary. Is a done deal, because you cannot teach what you don't have. And if you have not passed through here, we don't want you to be the one deciding and determining the future direction of our students. Then number two, you must have a credible degree. It's not just any degree from any corner. There are a lot of seminaries that are awarding degrees. There are so many doctors that are not doctors. And so we want to ensure that you are qualified to be a lecturer. And those are part of the things we put in place so that we can have quality dissemination of theological education. So we're not just out to start study centers, but we want to also make sure they are quality brand. Because number three is because most of the seminaries that our people went to at those study centers, they are not CAC seminary, and they are coming to work in CAC. They are coming to be ordained in CAC. So we want to take our own destiny in our own hand, so that we teach our people what they should know as far as this church is concerned. So the desire is not just to spread. The desire is to capture the members of CAC back into CAC. A time will come, tell them, when if you do not have a CAC Theological Seminary in your portfolio, you will not even be ordained in this church. I'm sure our fathers are thinking in that direction. Today, if you don't have a CAC Theological Seminary in your portfolio, you don't want to be a lecturer in our seminaries. We will ensure that. And now, presently, of our study centers, we have places where we don't have enough CAC graduates. We still make do with whatever graduates we have, and therefore we're making use of those hands, and we say it is only temporarily, so that as we produce more graduates in those localities, we will definitely there is somebody who has a PhD from Ile-Ife and is here doing masters, not because he needs to be downgraded or she needs to be downgraded, no, but because CAC seminary becomes an ultimate requirement in the degrees that people will carry. So in terms of quality, we want to continuously ensure that if you don't have what it takes, I think we have sent somebody away from part of our lecturers. So we've just finished first module. We have exited the lecturer. That is to tell you that we don't take anything. It's not a nonsense accommodation. No, it's not nonsensical accommodation. No matter it. So we are on the watch, and we are sure that come time, people will know that we mean business. So it's not. So the quality aspect is there. Then another of your question is what? That there is a course that we just introduced. Nobody can deny the presence of technology presently, and nobody can, since I came here, I have been clamoring for a robust social media platform, because if we don't have it, there is no way we can sell our programs. And I'm glad to those who organize this, because this is not organized by the school. It was organized by the graduating students, spearheaded and arrow-headed by Oluwasejo. And I kissed myself, okay, it's because you are graduating. That's why you put so much energy in this. But it's still something. In Lagos, we have done news conference before. We have news conference before graduation. We invite media men, Punch, Tribune, and so on. It is a good thing. Nobody, no church, no individual can thrive in today's world without proper social media platform. And the seminary needs it. But not just the seminary needing it, we should also teach it. And it's part of the courses we are trying to introduce. There's what course did I just said? We will incorporate it into our postgraduate program. It's an innovation thing about social media, not just social media, technology, digital age in ministry. People must be aware of it. Anybody will know today that the voice that you have is the social media. If you don't have it, then I cannot be talking now, and somebody will not even hear me at the back of this campus. But with social media, whatever you have said, people say they see our launching of study centers all over. Today we have 4 study centers within the space of 4 or 5 months, and they've been running. We have Ile-Ife, you have mentioned Ile-Ife and Akure, we have Ijebu-Ode and Okitipupa, and we are still going to get more. What I thought you'd be asking is, how will it not affect the main campus negatively? No, it is going to be boosting the main campus. I won't tell you how, but it's definitely boosting the main campus, because if we have our matric there, the graduation is going to be held here. And every student you see at that study center, they are students of this main campus. Control from here, headed by here, examined from here. So the students you don't see on ground as our students at those various locations. So the main campus is actually going to tap into the advantage of getting those. We know the power of social media. We will, as much as possible, want to get engaged in it. My problem with those of you in social media is that some of you are half-baked in what you are delivering to us. We want those who are proficient, those who know what social media is. We will engage you, we will pay if you are giving us good service, but I won't pay for half-baked service, go possible. But if we know that people that can offer us, that can get us on stream, so that we have robust website, not just website, robust AI functional activity. We want to get on there. People are asking for, by now I've not even replied, the Director of Christian Education is asking whether we have a fully integrated online school in any of our campuses. Those are things people are looking for. We have people from Canada clamoring for online classes, from UK, from everywhere. So these are things that social media will do for us. We can easily get online if we are making the best. We have it, but we are not where we want to be, because it is not good enough. If you know any of our members in CAC that's proficient and that can build a robust platform for us, we want to engage people like that, because it's a necessity. But we will also teach our ministers to understand the importance and the value of such a thing. Thank you. Do you still have anyone? Hey, why do you need to affiliate with UI when you have a university? What UI is going to give you is what JABU will give you, an accredited NUC recognized certificate. Once you have JABU certificate, you can do any course with any university in Nigeria. You can do any course with any university abroad. It is coming from the stable of the NUC. And now that JABU is ours. The affiliation, yes, we had the affiliation at a time. It was discontinued, not because the seminary couldn't go, but because people who were a custodian of the seminary didn't take it serious, and it affects a lot of students. So when we went back to Ibadan said we are the one that discontinued, that they didn't de-affiliate us. That was what we found out at the governing council. So you need to know that if we didn't have our university, it would be better for us to utilize. But now that we have our university, there's no reason for us going back. Because what UI is going to give us is what JABU will give us. University in university. And university, JABU is giving it to us at a very considerable and a minimal charge, considering that CAC owns JABU, CAC owns us. So we are comfortable with JABU. In fact, there are so many JABU programs that we have now that we are not running yet. We can run JABU Diploma, we can run JABU Direct BA, we can run Conversion, and what else do we need? So we want students to maximize those opportunities. I don't know, we may not need GI anymore because we have JABU. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks for taking your time to address gentlemen of the press. But for the sake of our online audience, we would like you to.
So maybe I can give one or two more from the in-house.
Okay, sir. All right. From our online audience, we would like to know.
Okay, so maybe one or two in-house can ask their question to represent their people.
All right, sir. Get ready for that. The CACTS affiliation with JABU and the recent ACTI approval. Some of our online audience would like to know the benefit that students, especially those who are interested in further studies outside the shores of Nigeria, would benefit. And then a key take-home for those who would be graduating this year, a very key message you would like them to go with as they go.
You see, like never before, a door of opportunity, windows of opportunity is opening up, and it will be in anybody's best interest to take advantage of it. When you have our own training, our own certificate, we have trained you to work in the church. We have trained you to be a minister. But the limitation on you is that the NUC of Nigeria did not accredit that certificate. It doesn't make it inferior. It simply make it non-committal to national quality or national accreditation. It means you can't take it to government service and go and seek for employment there. But we don't want to limit our students because we have a lot of young students. Young ones, in fact, under 20 are in this campus. What would do any student any good is to know that it's an opportunity of a lifetime. It's like you have gone to the university, directly to the university, but more. Now you are trained in a professional aspect, ministerial aspect, and you also have the university qualification. So it doesn't take anybody, and it is easier. I won't call it cheaper, but it is easier to attain, because majority of the courses you have done here as an undergraduate in theology is what you will also do at BA Religious Studies department at the university. So you would have covered most of the grants while you are here, and it's only the limited remaining parts that you will now do to have your conversion certificate, and they make it so flexible. Thank God for the VC, thank God for the department who had worked in cooperation with us and who actually wanted to assist us to be able to give this privilege to our people. Now, it's not about outside the shores. It's even the benefit and opportunity start within the shores. Because if somebody has, there are a lot of people who have certificate of the seminary. They come further. When you go to the university will tell you, no, we don't recognize this. We cannot accept it. If eventually you want to go to university, some of the universities have given people some considerable opportunity to come and do education. We have some set of graduates from here, through the help and influence of some of professors who are theologians. They were able to do ABU's area education. But you see, education is taking you away from your professional calling. MA education or MEd education is not the same as MA religious studies. Religious studies is the core professional course for any theologian. And that opportunity is what JABU is giving us. That you come in, once you have your BA, you can continue with JABU. You can go to any other university and nobody will blink an eye because you have been properly positioned. Even if you are not mobilized for NYC, that will be done on your behalf. So it is an opportunity. And when anybody says, for instance, anybody that wants to travel abroad, they will send your certificate to the regulatory body, especially if it is UK, to assess it. Whatever certificate you say you have obtained before you travel out, except you are going to countries without good education, they will send your certificate to regulatory bodies and the result will be sent back. And if they do not recognize it, if the NUC does not recognize it, there's nothing they can do for you. So they will tell you that certificate is not tenable and is not useful in the country you are going to for your education. But anything that is approved by the NUC will definitely pass that test. And that's what we are offering our students. So the church is being magnanimous in saying, look, let the university come on, help the seminary, let the seminary make itself available so that our students will not have what is called a terminal certificate. A terminal certificate is you have done this, oh, God helped you, thank God for you, but you cannot move further. But now they are opening doors of opportunity to you. And we are not just limiting the opportunity to those who graduate from Cac Theological Seminary. Any graduate of further institution that we recognize that has quality theological degree, we will accept for the conversion program. And so for majority of our students that have graduated with BTH these years, they can always come back and do their conversion. So I think nobody should lose this opportunity. It is an opportunity. I see it as an opportunity for majority to get back into the mainstream and enjoy unlimited future as far as credible education, theological education is concerned. So I think it will benefit a lot. And the fee is so minimal, very considerably minimal compared to what obtains. If you go to the main campus, to the university campus, fee is so minimal, and the timing is also very flexible so that you can work out how you take advantage of this program. We are open. They can always call the registrar, they can call the school for further information. It is very necessary that people take advantage of it.
Thank you very much, sir. Let's take one from the student representatives.
Good morning, sir. My name is Samuel Adejai Bright. I am the General Secretary of the Students' Union, main campus. My question is this, sir. What message do you have for the graduates as they move forward, seeing that you graduated from this school 41 years ago? And it's obvious that you are doing very good, sir.
I'm not doing very good, I'm doing very well.
Yes, sir. Doing very well, sir.
What message do I have for them? Well, you see, somebody will tell you that your destiny is in your hand. There are a lot of things you can do, but don't limit yourself. Get educated, not just being certificated. Majority pursue certification, but they are not educated. Education is a combination of the total part or total aspect of human life. Your exposure, your education, your certificate, they all come to form the totality of who you are. Some of the time people pursue promotion, they pursue wealth, they pursue things they think is ideal, but the substance that will make them as an individual. Listen, it doesn't matter how late you are in starting. If you have something that is of quality, they will look for you. We tell the youths in my church, we say, get loaded. You know, get loaded is a common phrase, but I add these other ones. I will say, when you are loaded, you will be needed. When you are needed, you can negotiate. You see, it's always a phase. So somebody is going out there, all of you. When I graduated 41 years ago, 1984 precisely, somebody wanted me to go to Odowa. They said I was very young. I was just 1963 to 1984. I don't know, 21. Okay. So they said there's a 3-bedroom flat for me. And then my mother said, oh, there'll be lots of issue and ogede and food stuff and all the rest. And one of my lecturers said, you, this guy, you are young. Go back to school. It will be necessary for your development, for your future. So they located me to Lagos. I had the opportunity to go to Odowa. Somebody wanted to take me to Akure. If I was considering money and benefits, I would change my mind as to where to go. But the most important thing is I need to develop myself. That was the desire I had. Why gigs were in the church? CAC, time matters. CAC, time matters. When you are ordained, determines whether you are going to be the leader of everybody. When you start work, we determine whether they can count years for you. Because as it is now, those who are going to be ordained in December, you can't be among the ordination students except you have been in service post-seminary years is 5. Before it was 3, now it's 5. In our own days, it used to be development. Partly education, partly ministerial, partly non-conventional form of training. Non-conventional form of training because I've been using computers since 1992. I was using computer in the days when there was no Windows 95. You know, those of you who know the days of DOS, and you can imagine me till today among my peers. So what I'm saying is, build yourself, build your capacity. Don't just pursue certificate and promotion. Promotion will come because if you have what to offer, that's when somebody will be willing to say, come on board. So those who are going, thank God you have finished one aspect, but let that not be a termination. Let it be the beginning of your desire to proceed. I have a lot of story when it comes to you know, I tell some people, the pastor in my church is currently doing his master's or PhD, I can't remember which one. And I said it didn't take proper permission. You know what which one? And I said it didn't take proper permission. You know what I told him? I said, don't listen to me. What you have done is wrong. I will still mark you down when I'm dealing with you, but don't listen, because what you are doing is for your own life and future. That's the kind of advice I give to people. Don't obey me when I tell you to stop developing yourself. Still go ahead and do it, but I will still reprimand you for doing. Yes, it's, you see, I will not say I don't like a situation where, like Oluwaseun just did, when it is something that affects you, you want to put in all your energy. But when it is not what affects you directly, like Kadasika, and then you say, okay, so I told the pastor, you know how to do your own thing. Oh. How can you be running 2 other programs together? But I still tell him, don't listen to me. Oh. Run with your dream, because it will matter later. So those who are graduating, it is just the beginning of a long journey. And my prayer for you is that you will take the right decision and take the right opportunity, and at the end of the day you will arrive at the destination that God himself has designed for you. It shall be well with you.
Thank you very much, sir. It's been a very wonderful session, and immediately after now we would encourage our pressmen to take an overview of the campus and go with good impressions of the projects that are currently ongoing, every of the projects that are to be commissioned, so that it can fly in all of the names that will be coming out after now. Also, immediately after this session, we shall be taking a group photograph with the provost, members of the management, and members of the press crew too. Once again, All right, sir. We would like that. Only that we would not want to bother you, but it would be a thing of joy if we can do that together, sir. Thank you very much, sir. All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, sir. So we shall be rising now to take that group photograph, after which the delegated member of staff will be taking the closing remark. Shall we rise? Gentlemen of the press. Okay. Let's, director of photograph, please, let's get directed as we do that now. All right, let's have the management board first. And after now, we have the men of the press and the representative of the student body. Okay, thank you. Let the men of the press kindly join up. Men of the press. Thank you. Okay, now let's have the representative of the student union. Representative of the student union.